podcast for sci-fi. I feel like I need a better voice. I'm missing my voice. Welcome to podcast.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, don't use your show voice. Use your real voice.
Yeah, I know, right?
People have no idea what it takes to come on live after being with you guys in the pregame. I'm telling you what. Oh my gosh!
I know. I'm gonna wipe my tears away because
yes,
literally have to make sure that I'm halfway presentable and halfway can talk on the podcast tonight.
Hey, all you have to do is ask, and maybe you might get invited into the room while we're setting up.
That's called the what is it? The tailgate party? What do we call that?
Yeah, the tailgate party.
Pregame. Tailgate.
I think this is the pregame. That was the tailgate.
Okay.
You are correct. The tailgate party.
That is a tailgate party.
Yeah, because that's the one that's in the parking lot still.
Oh yes, and it was in the parking lot. There's no question about that.
Bring your own cups.
Oh man, let's see here. Oh, I know you got some topics up here. I didn't know we were talking about that tonight.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Yeah, all of that.
We're doing spoilers already.
Yeah,
nope.
All kinds of spoilers.
Should we do spoilers?
Yes.
Yeah, we should do spoilers.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, because I've seen nothing but spoilers everywhere, even as I try to avoid them.
It's crazy. I don't understand it. I really don't.
Didn't see it with Spider-Verse. Didn't see it with Guardians, but I'm seeing it everywhere with
the Flash. Yeah. Yep. It's literally everywhere, even though I have a question for you guys. I don't know if you know this or if you know the answer I'm saying to it. But before we get into it, did they have one ending credit scene and that's it, or did they have more than that?
It was just one.
I just think,
and it was the full credits. You had to watch the full credits.
Oh, geez, yeah, you did. That's right.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You had to watch the full. You had to watch the full credits. You couldn't see it. It wasn't
after the dog.
Yeah, after the dog.
They didn't have any more credits after that.
I didn't stay after that.
Yeah.
The movie cut off after that. Let's put it that way. If you know what I mean.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you saying?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
By the way,
the digital copy.
Did we mention?
Am I facing the right spot?
I was about to say unfollow and mute.
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot from where I'm at.
And unmute. What do you do on Facebook? It's not. Is it follow? Do you follow on Facebook? I don't even know.
Like.
Yeah.
You like? No. Yeah. You like a page? You like a page?
Like a page? Yes.
I do have a.
You would think our social media guy would know. You know.
I know, right?
All of them. Hold on, you like this one? You follow this one? You
hold on. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to
ask the social media guy.
He said it's a like on Facebook and it's a follow on Instagram.
Oh, what is it on Twitter?
Hold on. He said he don't know.
That's my hey. Let me get that guy needs a raise. Get that guy a raise.
He said it's not. What was that? He said he's not in the contract. That's why he doesn't know.
What's going on, Kenny? I see you out there. What's happening?
Oh, Kenny's on because I know Kenny saw the Flash.
You saw the Flash? Nice.
Oh yeah, he's got some stuff to say.
Hey, I got a little show and tell. It's not really new show and tell really, but it is for some people. It's can I talk a little bit about it?
Yeah.
Talk about it on the podcast.
I'm gonna put the phone lines on hold though because there's a lot of calls coming in.
Somebody just wanted to see their coin drop into the jar.
They must be getting something good out today. Let me put mine in there.
I was looking at marketplace.
Yep.
On Facebook, and I'm looking at different things for sale. I'm like, okay, what can I buy? I want to buy something. What can I buy? And so I run across somebody selling a one of the Galaxy Edge sabers.
Oh my goodness!
One of Savvy's sabers.
You know what's coming, right, Magic Mike?
No. I already have this saber. I already have
that one you got for me.
No,
that's what it sounded like.
I picked up an extra one though because
you never know when you're gonna need.
Well, you never know when you need your you
got to keep one in the car. You got to keep one in the house.
Saber, exactly. So it's no blade on it, so it's not night. But I wanted to show a couple of things.
Is that the build your own?
This is the build your own. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I was like, that looks like the build. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
I have a couple of those.
Yeah, so you know who to send it to at this point.
So Magic Mike could offer up one for your So check this out. So we insert the blade here, right? This is purple. You can't see it.
Yeah, it looks white, right?
But it looks white. It does.
Oh, there it goes. There's some purple.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, we lost Game God.
Yeah, you just cut him off right there with the saber. I saw that.
Literally cut him off with the saber. Unbelievable. But let me see if I can grab this out. But I wanted to show a couple of things.
Okay.
Somebody we met here. We're going to bring Game God back into the show.
We have to.
Yeah, today we do. Yeah. Yeah, I need.
He's running that 8-bit right now.
Hey, when you collected the saber,
I cut you right off.
It was there's a disruption in the force.
Yeah, so I wanted to do this because there was somebody we ran into at a convention. It was actually MegaCon in Orlando, Florida. We saw
Megatron.
Close.
Okay.
And the company, it's called. We're gonna have them on the podcast at some point in time here in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Oh man.
But I wanted to show you what they do, what they offer, and that is they custom make. Well, I guess you could get one custom made, but they do the kyber crystals inside of the inside the blade, inside your Savvy's lightsaber, or your, I don't know what they call it, like scrap metal.
Scrap metal. That's exactly what they call it.
So anyway, so this is one of the ones that was built. I think I have this exact same one. So I'm going to just undo the pieces here so I can get into where the kyber crystal is kept. If you have one of these, if you know, you know. All right.
If you don't know, you need to watch.
So this is and there's a purple crystal inside there. And I know you guys know a little bit about this stuff, but anyway, I'm going to remove that purple crystal because that also makes the blade purple. I don't know if you know that.
Yep.
Well, this company called Crafted Cores, they do some custom, and so I have some kyber crystals here.
Look at that. Look at that.
Double-sided.
Very nice.
Yeah. Those so if I wanted to change it from, I don't know, I'm going to put.
By the way, they look super cool just in the package.
Yeah, they do, and they have weight to them, which is great. They're not just super light. But I'm going to put one in here that is actually gold.
The weight of an almond.
blue diamond almond. What are they called? What are they called?
Yeah, you had it. Yeah. Blue diamond almond.
Is that right? Am I right?
Blue
diamond crystal almond.
So now I'm going to match up my my pieces here.
Well, let's listen.
Put it back together. Let's see how this should change because I've just changed the color. I don't hear anything, but I'm sure it's working
either.
Yeah, I'm sure it's working.
Hey, I think it works. No, yeah, it works.
If Game God disappears, we'll know.
Yep.
The blade.
If I stay here, there's no.
This is one that's both purple and I would imagine yellow. So, let's see. Huh. Well,
wow,
that's okay. That's
hey,
problems.
This is live. Hey, you better take it back. You better take it back in the marketplace.
It's a live TV.
Back in the marketplace. That's why you pay $25 for it. There you go.
No, that's not. That's we just gotta make sure it's.
Hey, 50% of the time it works 100%.
Hey, Game God, this is his first time.
Yeah, this is his first time. That's what it is.
Hold on.
Hey, for the collector, he collects them. He's never opened them.
That's exactly. He's like, what is it? How do I do this?
Hey, I've seen it. It's easy. I've seen it do it before.
There we go. I heard that. Yeah.
Now we got to find that same tune on the other side here. This should be the yellow.
Yeah, you got to find the one that goes
like a whistle.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's crazy. A whistle.
There you go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, I don't.
You know what, Moose? I'm gonna talk about that here in just a minute. By the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes, I am.
Now I'm going to go to another one, just because. this is live TV. This is what
It is
right.
live TV.
right.
All right, let's go to this.
I'm listening for the whistle.
See if
It's
we can
not
change
Memorex.
to blue. All right, hold on. Okay, that's definitely blue. There's a blue piece there. I put that purple and blue. So now I'm going to switch it. I'm going to flip it over. Let's see what happens. You guys just talk amongst yourselves.
That's it. I'm waiting for the whistle. There you go. Hey, he's getting better.
I don't know if you've noticed, Game God, the behind me has changed a little bit. I'm in the process now of changing almost everything. So I didn't have.
Yeah, you don't. The Spider-Man masks are gone. I don't see them.
Well, I didn't have all of my 3D.
Yep, I see that over there.
Spider-Man is right here next to me.
Okay, that's purple there. So that lit up purple. So that's good. Yeah. So you have 2 colors and 1 kyber crystal is really what that goes to. Now I'm gonna try one more here just because.
Yeah. No. Now he's running through them. It's like, let's make sure all these work. I didn't check.
Okay, so that's white. So that's good. Okay, now I'm gonna do.
Do they all make the same noise when the crystal goes in?
Yeah.
So it's not unique. It's not
that's
a different
green.
noise.
Oh, that's funny. Let's try the last one, just because we're here, Game God.
Yeah, we're here.
Might as well just.
We're here. Yeah. We're here. Listen, I've gone through 9 of them. Might as well go through 10.
Only 3 more down. 3 more to go.
That's red, so that's lighting up fine.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And I'll flip it over to the white here.
Okay. That one. We know that one works. Let's go back to the first one. Go back to the first one.
Oh, right. That works.
There it goes. I heard that one too. I heard the whistle.
It's not even close.
I don't even understand this guy. All right, so now I'm going back to
there you go. Hey,
back to that one.
Hey, before you put it in, hey, what are the odds? What do you got, Magic Mike? What do you got? What are the books?
50-50.
50-50? Those are good odds right there. There you go.
All right, here we go. That's a good. All right, here we go.
Let's go. He's got practice, so he can't say it's him. Let's go. I don't hear a whistle.
Why are you trying to make me laugh, Gabe? I'm trying to be serious. I've got my best serious face on.
So serious.
There you go. Yep, I heard it.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear it either.
So what's going on with that, Magic Mike?
So let me show you a little my show and tell while we talk about this.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So first of all, let me just say I'm gonna cover up make sure we don't get any bad sponsors in here.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
Father's Day to everyone out there for this.
What is that? What is that? I think I know what that is.
So I got a Father's Day gift, which is really, I got a few of them, but this one is really, really cool. They all are. In case all my daughters are listening, all my Father's Day gifts are really cool.
No, which one's the best?
None of them. They were all the best. But I got this was given to me. I'm going to show you.
There you go. Wait.
The Dymo. And this is what the inside looks like.
There we go.
I love it.
Okay.
It's really good. Nice. And you can see what that is.
Yep. That's very clear.
So when you pull it out, that's the size of it, which is what Moose has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the kyber crystal, kind of custom. It looks like Boba Fett there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Which is awesome. It's incredible. It comes with its own little numbered card.
Oh, that's really sweet too. That's sweet too.
Very cool. Gives a little story there. How the kyber crystal came about.
Oh, the cyber.
Or the cyber.
That was the one that Moose tried the first time. The cyber crystal.
But like Moose, and unfortunately, one side doesn't work. And I have to reach out to them because this is my 3rd one I've gotten from them, by the way, and no issues with any of the other ones, but this one side doesn't work.
Well, is it like real Star Wars kyber crystals? Like maybe you just don't have a good kyber crystal. It's just not a good one.
That's a good point.
Maybe.
Hey, one out of 8.
If you could sell product based on going, sometimes you get a loser. I'd sell a lot more stuff.
Hey, we'd be sponsored a lot more.
No! Hey,
man.
Hey, I got you.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
Maybe Kenny in the chat room could sponsor the podcast. Maybe if he loves us that much.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
But he claims he said you got it working. I guess not. I guess you got one of the colors working.
I got 3 of the 4 because this is a 4-pack. Well, we're gonna have them on, and trust me,
Yeah.
We'll hit him with some questions.
Yes.
What
Yes,
happens
you will.
if you get a kyber crystal that doesn't work?
Well,
Yes,
first of
what do
all,
we do?
I'm gonna tell you right now. 75% is good. Those are good numbers there. In basketball, it's good.
Are you
And-
kidding me?
And in baseball, if you're batting 75, man, 75, that's good stuff right there. So 75% is good. That's a good sell.
Yeah,
can tell
this is his reason. This is his excuse for when his internet's out. Well, you got 2 out of the 3 of us. I mean, 75% is good.
I look at it and I can tell you that so far I have been pleased with the way that they've handled other things with it. There's been a problem of any sort, at least from my experience. So we're gonna have them on. It'll be a couple of weeks. We'll start talking about these guys and see if we can get some audience participation from some of the listeners who have. I know we have some out there.
Yes.
All right. Much less my 45. I mean, I don't either way,
3 out of 4.
I saw something recently in a post that said, like best lightsaber collection ever, and they were this guy, he had some lightsabers. I'm like, I think I have like 3 times that amount. So I can't believe somebody actually called it the best or the ultimate lightsaber collection when I go, yeah, I got more than you. Sorry.
Well, the difference is you don't display them.
Oh, that's true. But I thought about displaying them and put them in a video, and then we'll send a post out about it for podcast Sci-Fi, and then we'll go, now who has the best
That's right.
But where are you going to display them? That's what I want to know.
Well, not necessarily display. Just put them on the floor. Because this guy didn't have them displayed either. He was on the floor.
Oh, okay. Then go for it, man.
Yeah, do it, man. Do it. You got that hands down. You got that one.
I got the first 50 yards. I can cover it, no problem.
That's it. My money's on you.
Yeah, first
all
down.
day.
All right. Well, I guess we should start a podcast, shouldn't we?
Let's get into it.
Right,
let's do that thing.
Chrissy the clown will be calling for too long.
He's on the line right now. He's on the line. There's a mysterious caller on line 5.
Hey, listen, I only have so much before I can't breathe anymore, and I'm getting to that level. Yeah.
I just want you to know, line 5 is a mysterious caller.
All right, let's get started. Let's talk about a podcast. Here we go. Oh, The Flash is out, and it's his first weekend. We're going to get into some of that. There might be some spoilers there. Heads up. And that's for anybody who's not seen it. All right, Kraven the Hunter trailer officially out. It's like a 3-minute trailer, folks. Going to talk about that. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2. Let's give some first initial thoughts on that. And we're all going to do that right now.
According to Wikipedia, a nerd is a person seen as overly intellectual, obsessive, introverted, or lacking social skills. Many so-called nerds are described as being shy, quirky, pedantic, and unattractive. We're here to prove Wikipedia right.
Oh, look who they let in.
This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. If it's fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, movies, interviews, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, and here's your host, Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike.
Welcome to Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Episode number 394. Yes, on our way to 400. We just did a nice little pregame talk, a nice little tailgating talk, and now we're talking about a podcast. Join us every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and live it up, just like us. The chat room. Oh, sorry, Game God. I've got us finishing the chat room on Facebook and YouTube.
Hey, I was going to ask you, does the 9-volt battery, is there a 75% chance that it doesn't work or it does work?
I was going to say to you that if you continue to do that battery thing there just for a moment or so, we could also record that and put that up on our social media, because I'd like to know if that would also.
Hey, listen, when we were young, we used to do it. Try doing it now.
Why not? Come on.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it fully charged?
Yeah, it's a fresh battery.
It's a fresh battery show.
I don't believe you.
No, I don't believe me either. So,
okay.
The fully charged 9-volt battery on your tongue will give you a wake up call sometimes.
Sometimes
That's how you test it out, though. Isn't that how you test it out? You don't use a battery.
That's the only way. No. Listen, hold on. Put a little disclaimer at the bottom.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Don't try this at home. Don't
We're
try
not try this at home. It won't hurt you.
No, it won't. It'll just hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt.
It won't hurt you, but it'll hurt.
It doesn't do any damage.
It'll make sure that you're alive. That's it.
That's
And
it.
if you're not, it'll jumpstart your heart. So don't worry about it.
Oh man.
That's what I say.
Sure.
Anyway, welcome everybody to the podcast. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for sharing it. Put it on your social media feed. That's what we say. That's what we've been saying that for 10 years.
Since
And
76.
still hasn't happened. So please put it on your social media feed. All right, let's see. Where do you want to start, guys?
Let's start with Kraven.
Really?
Kraven?
Yeah, let's get Kraven out the way.
All right.
Get it out the
Let's do
way.
it.
So the trailer came out what was it? Probably end of the week, last week,
Something like
maybe
that, yeah.
a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Sony Pictures. So it's in Sony World. So is it really it's not MCU. So we've been talking about this film for a while now. We've been talking about at least the character Kraven the Hunter and how he would make an awesome character if done right. If done right is the disclaimer here.
Yeah.
And so the trailer comes out, and I like the it starts out with the title with Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I'm rubbing the hands together. I'm like, here we go. And then they show this guy. I'm like, who's that? Who's that? Miguel the Hunter? Because it wasn't Kraven. But all right, so we'll keep going. 3-minute trailer, and
like Kermit the Hunter.
So there's so much I want to unpack in it, but I want to just start by saying that the
Keep
Kraven the Hunter piece, he doesn't sell it. He doesn't sell it to me. He doesn't look like him. He tries to inflate his chest up, like kind of like
yeah.
Like his arms all of a sudden were like 12 inches from his body. You know, it's like, dude, is that your traps or is something wrong? But listen, bad trailer, man. Just a bad trailer. I didn't like it at all.
Okay. All right.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta tell you, and I hate to do this because this is very rare, but I agree with Game God, and if I could just take those words back, I would. But it's 100% true because you get excited when you see that title, and it gives you a little snippet before the actual trailer, and then it gives you the trailer. He just doesn't sell it for me. I'm not even sure if the story sells it for me. You have a few things in the trailer like spiders coming down. You're like, is that supposed to be a lead-in? It doesn't make sense as a lead-in.
Absolutely.
Right.
I was scared of the spiders too.
Oh, so many of them. It just wasn't very good. It doesn't play well for the movie because we're not seeing what we want out of Kraven, which is a much bigger guy, and how he goes about being who he is. You can't. So in this one, it appears he's the good guy, and I'm not saying he doesn't work with Spider-Man here and there, but he is not a good guy. He's not.
No, he does not work with Spider-Man here and there, and he's not a good guy. He's a bad guy. Period. I guess that's my thing. So, okay, I saw the trailer, and when the initial start of it, I thought the backstory to Kraven was okay. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got Russell Crowe as his dad. You know, kind of leaves him to hang him out to dry in the middle of the.
That's not Kraven's backstory, though.
No. Just hear me out. So I'm like, okay, because they're going to twist something. They've twisted almost every backstory. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So here we go. And now we get to the rest of Kraven, and I'm like, I start seeing the trailer and what he's doing in the trailer. I'm like, does he have superpowers? Like, what is going on here? I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out why he seemed like he had superpowers, because my Kraven never had superpowers. He was I will call him a superhuman ability for in agility, in hunting.
Man, you must be reading something.
No, I'm not. But I tell you what, this is the guy that he's human. He's
a tactician. That's what one of the things. Yeah, absolutely.
So I was a little baffled why they're trying to give him some kind of power or some kind of communication with animals. I'm like, no, that's not why he was a good hunter. It's not because he was communicating with animals. It's because he was a good hunter. That's what set him apart. And that's why him and Spider-Man was such a good guy bad guy combination because Kraven wanted something that he could hunt. He's like I've conquered everything, so now I want to hunt Spider-Man.
Well, and we talked about this when we first heard about this storyline, specifically saying, okay, he works with animals to do, and that's not what we know, and that's not who we know.
I'm going to dub this game guide. I'm going to dub this movie Kraven the Hunter is one.
You might have me beat because if Aquaman can talk to the sea animals, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we call him Savannah Man because he talks to the
Savannah Man.
So yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, you hit all the points, Moose. Kraven possesses superhuman abilities because he drinks every so often an herbal potion that gives him enhancement to his body. Not superhuman, not he's not a superhuman, right? Just super abilities.
Right.
And some of these abilities is occasionally he can be a little stronger.
Okay.
Right. A little bit agile, stamina, longevity, right? So, but when they show him in the movies, and this guy's sprinting like a cheetah.
Yeah. He's faster. He might as well have been Black Panther chasing down cars.
Yes.
I'm like, no, that's not him.
Here's the other piece. So Kraven is a master hunter.
Yes.
A wild animal tamer.
Yes.
Right. Proficient in certain exotic animal-like fighting techniques.
Yes.
And an expert in various jungle herbs and potion.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
He has a wide range of weapons, blow darts. Like that's what he is. He's a hunter.
Yeah.
And to your point, both of you guys said his most pursued prey has been Spider-Man.
Yes.
Correct.
So what did we watch? We watched a guy who is borderline the Flash.
Yes.
Borderline Superman.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Like he can close his eyes and see other animals' eyes.
Borderline John Wick.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So like it's not. And then the other piece for me is that Kraven was arrogant, but in a hunter kind of way. He wasn't arrogant in a like a Tony Stark kind of way. Like he wasn't that kind of arrogant.
Right.
And that's the way he comes across in this movie. And I was like, they got everything wrong in this. Everything is wrong. And then he just doesn't look big. He doesn't look big.
No, he doesn't. Again, this is Kraven the Hunter, and he doesn't have the size of Kraven. Matter of fact, if you had to pull back, and by the way, the chat room says not what we saw, and I'm not sure exactly what he means. What we saw as a group, or what he saw as a group. So I just trying to clarify so I can have some dialogue. I want to have dialogue about it.
Yes.
However, if we go back, how tall? If you could pull this up, Game Guy, this would be great.
Oh, I have it already.
How tall is Kraven the Hunter from a comic book perspective, from a Marvel.com perspective? How tall is Kraven? I'm gonna guess. Can I guess?
Go ahead, because I was about to say it.
All right, I'm gonna say Kraven is. Oh man, this has got to be for me. Kraven's like a 6'5" guy.
Well, it's surprisingly Marvel.com has him at 6 foot.
Yeah,
6 foot. Okay, that surprises me because when I think of Kraven, I think of him a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But they have him 6 foot, but they got him stocky. They got him at 235.
235, 6 foot. Yeah, that's nice size. That's nice.
That means he's big. He's big at 6 foot.
So it's all muscle.
Yeah, that's all muscle. That's absolutely all muscle. Now they do break him down, and we're not going to get too deep in it, but they do break him down into a couple categories, and they do old school comic book 1 to 7, 7 being the best, right? And they break him down into a couple categories. So I'm going to just hit on like 2 or 3. So durability. What do you think he is? Durability on a 1 to 7 scale on durability.
With durability, with 7. What's 1 being? 1 is what? Like
it doesn't really say. Yeah, I'd say wheelchair bound.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Aunt May, like 1. So if 3, I'm gonna give him a 4 for durability.
Man, right on the money.
Is that
right on the money?
Right on the money.
Right on the money. Go ahead, Magic Mike. You're looking at the same thing. Tell me what's the next one you want to get?
The next one I want to get is fighting skills because
fighting skills.
Yes. Same scale, 1 to 7.
1 to 7 fighting skills. Okay, this is where I give them a lot more. Considering where there's a lot of characters in Marvel, and if it's 1 to 7, I got to give them a 5.
Okay. Oh well, they that's close. They actually give them a 7.
Oh,
fighting
really?
skills,
Okay.
yeah.
See, so when I think of a 7, I think of somebody who is. I mean, who would you give a better fighting skills? A Captain America or Kraven? And I go,
Captain America.
yeah. I'd say Captain America better than Kraven.
Fighting skill, well, maybe total, but fighting skills
or same.
Yes,
Well,
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
So, but I would never say Captain America's a 7 when you go, okay, who do you give? If Captain America is a 7, then what is Wolverine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see that?
Yeah.
I get
No,
you. Yeah.
So JP in the chat room says I beat Spider-Man and Ratman. Okay. All right.
Okay. He beat Spider-Man.
And
You know
Ratman or Batman?
Yeah, I'm not sure what beating Spider-Man means. I'm not sure what that means.
I think
Spider-Man gets beat a lot. So I just want you to know that. Spider-Man gets beat a lot.
He does.
So, yeah.
All right. So we got him on the fighting skills there. One more. We're gonna give you one more there. So strength.
Okay. So again, when I think of strength, I go, okay, if 7 is the max and the Hulk is 7. Okay, you see what I mean? So, now I'm going, okay, well, Kraven's got to be what? At most 3.
Man, they gave him a 6.
Well, but Moose's logic though that would make it accurate.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, so what do you give Hulk? 7 and Kraven's a 6 and Hulk is a 7. No, that's not.
And there's no way. And there's no way. Absolutely no way.
Right. Yeah. So Spider-Man, who's stronger? Okay. So let me go back one more, just to reiterate how I come to these conclusions, because I'm always right. First of all, if the Hulk is a 7 because that's your top, then what is Spider-Man?
Right.
Okay, so Spider-Man would have to be what? A 6, right? And I think Spider-Man can lift like, I don't know, 5 tons or something like that, 30 tons, something like that.
Right.
Then what is Kraven? Well, clearly he's not near, Spider-Man's strength, because Spider-Man's stronger. He's stronger. There's no question that Spider-Man's stronger than Kraven. And he can't be a 5, because you go, well, what about I don't know, you could say Captain America, because he is a superhero, because he is an enhanced human. It's just one of those things where you go, nah, Kraven was just human. Sorry. And at best, you give him a 3.
Right. Well, and I struggled a little bit when they were talking about actually making a movie for him, because I do struggle with that somewhat, because as him being the lead, I'm not saying they shouldn't or it can't happen, but because he's not a Spider-Man or he's not a Hulk. We've seen, the Venom came out. Is he as good as Venom in terms of getting his own movie? I don't know, because Venom didn't turn out great, in my opinion. Some people liked it, but I'm not sure. And not going true to form makes it even worse for me.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so I got Spider-Man's. So if you wanted to know Spider-Man's, all right.
Okay, all right.
So they gave what do we give Kraven for strength?
6.
We gave him a 6.
Still 6.
Yeah, I don't know what scale they're working on, because they gave a 4 for strength in Spider-Man.
Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. So that means that Kraven would have to be a 3. Like I said, I'm right.
Like according to those numbers that we read for Kraven, because you have them up there. You have them still up, right, Magic Mike? The numbers for Kraven?
I don't, but
okay. So they gave Spider-Man is like, if you read this and didn't know Spider-Man, you didn't know Spider-Man at all.
Right.
You're like, man, this guy, is he in a movie? Because they gave him a 3 for durability.
Okay.
Wow.
I would give that.
Okay. They gave him a 4 for fighting skills.
Okay. So now we're talking about the same Kraven, and I would put that on par with Spider-Man, but keep going.
Okay. They gave him a 4 in strength, and Kraven got that. And then speed we didn't cover, but speed was pretty high too for Kraven. I think Kraven was like a 6, 7.
Kraven's a 7. He's a 7 in speed.
Yeah, that's crazy. What would you give Spider-Man? A 3.
They gave him a 3. Exactly right.
So that should be truer to what it is.
And JP says in the room, Spider-Man can press 10 tons, and that Venom was stronger than Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just a little skewed.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and this is based on, it says, in comic books. So I don't know. Of course,
he also mentions what's Quicksilver, which is another Marvel piece. This is like the Flash of Quicksilver.
Right. Well, and being realistic, they just might give him Kraven these numbers right now because of his movie coming out. So there you go. That could be.
They could have changed it, which is ridiculous, by the way.
It is,
but he's just a human. I'm sorry. Yes. He's just human. spoiler alert, Kraven died in the comics.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So
not before he took Spider-Man out, but he did die. Let's put it out there.
Thanks.
Hey, everybody knows that comic book cover of him standing over the grave.
Yeah, exactly. It's a classic. It's a classic cover.
And I think besides Venom, one of the few, if not only, villains that know who Spider-Man was and can hunt him down. And Spider Sense did not work on Kraven.
Correct. Because again, I love that. Because that nulled Spider-Man a bit. It doesn't make him as it makes him capturable, which is great. And that's one of the things that Spider-Man actually liked about Kraven, though. He liked the fact that I say liked in kind of a weird sense that that it was a challenge for Spider-Man. So that's actually a good thing.
Hey, Quicksilver was a 7 in speed too, as well.
Yes, well, he should be, because again, we're talking about the top. So what would you rank, a Quicksilver or Silver Surfer in speed? Well, you give them 7s. So this is what you're comparing. This is the rate of going. Okay, this is the highest. Aunt May's the lowest. Now, what do where does everybody else fall in between?
Yeah, I just don't get why they give Quicksilver a 4.
That's when you took the words, JP. That's a great word. Respected Kraven. He did a lot.
Yes.
I said but that's really what I mean, respected. So you're absolutely correct.
I love, by the way, doing this. We can spend all night just comparing characters and strengths and then talking about them.
Well, I know, but we're not. And we could go down every call.
Every one of them, read all the bios. The issue that I have is that when it's inconsistent, and that's what we're talking about here, because it's hard to have that comparison if you want to have inconsistencies in the comparison. It just doesn't make sense.
So you're saying Kraven the Hunter? You think this is a bomb? You think Morbius did better, or Morbius did what is going to do?
I think it's going to do the same as Morbius. I just don't think there's enough meat on the bone for either one of these characters to have a standalone film. They need, just like we've said from day one, they need the counterpart. They need the yin to the yang, and that is, you've got to have a good guy on the other side that can carry it, and you got to have a good bad guy.
Well, the problem is they're trying.
And Kraven, I know they're setting it up. I know I get what they're doing. But I think that's what you're going to say. But the problem is that they don't have any other person there. There's just not enough to carry the weight.
No, what I was going to say is that the problem is they're trying to make them somewhat of a good guy. Like Morbius, they tried to make him a little bit of a good guy at some point. He's doing something good. The same thing with Kraven. That's the issue. I don't know why we need to feel like
But I'm right again, because they're setting up something bigger with something to come to introduce to Spider-Man. So I'm still
and out of everything at the end of the trailer, you see the Rhino,
right?
Or at least the hand. Like why?
Well, again, you got to put something in there. We're gonna get around to this. This is gonna come full circle, folks, at the end of this podcast with the Flash. But you're putting in something else into a movie that you can't, that your main actor cannot support. So you need to introduce something else to get people to go see the movie. So
foreshadowing, I like that.
Anyway, that's anti-hero like Deadpool. Yeah, but you can't do that. And JP, you can't do that. That's not Kraven. Kraven's just a bad guy.
Well, that's Sony's problem. Sony wants to make everybody anti-hero, and in all of Sony's movies.
Yeah,
and all of Sony movie, they have these characters with no counterpart.
Same with Venom. With Venom. Same thing. They try to do that. That's not Venom.
Morbius, Venom. At this point, you might as well make a Lizard movie. You might as well make a Vulture movie. It just doesn't make sense. We've always said a good guy is only as good as his bad guy. Bad guy is only as good as his good guy, and that's what makes Batman and Joker the ultimate, couple, because they complement each other.
They complement each other. You're exactly right. Okay, let's move on. Because this will get better. We could go into how about a little Star Trek season 2? Magic Mike, I know that with all of our busy schedules, you're able to see a little bit of this, and we've said to you, don't tell us any spoilers. We don't want any spoilers. I want to see it. I just haven't had time to sit down and stream that piece yet, but I'm going to make time. So please tell us what your first thoughts are of Star Trek.
Okay,
World season 2.
Season 2, episode 1 is out. I think episode 2 comes out either tomorrow or the next day. I gotta tell you, as I'm watching this particular episode, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I will say that it goes a direction that I didn't expect it to go. However, having said that, it was a great episode because it's a Star Trek episode. It stays true to everything that we've wanted, and including the first season of Strange New Worlds, where she said this goes back to the roots of what Star Trek is. Yeah. And that's what this does. You get a little bit of continuation, but you don't get like, okay, we're going to carry over each episode to each season to the next one to the next one. Right. You have some tie-ins, something new, some new things, which is what we like about Star Trek. And I got to tell you, I'll say this, and I know we've talked about him before, but I love the Doctor. He's going to be, I think, in my opinion, that we're going to compare him to all the Doctors of all the Star Treks at some point. He does a great job. I just love him as the Doctor. Okay. But yeah, you got to watch it. You're going to want to continue to see the season, even though at first when you watch, you're going to say, I'm not so sure about where this is going to go. It's great. Love the episode. The only downside to me, and it's not a spoiler, is just that some parts draw out a little bit too much for me. But other than that, I live with it. Great episode. Make sure you watch it.
Listen here, Moose. If I remember correctly, last year this time, I mean, we had a different reaction from Magic Mike on the first episode of Star Trek. I just want you to know that.
You didn't?
Yeah, the first episode of Star Trek, you were head over heels over it. I feel a little hesitation here. So,
there's no hesitation. I just don't want to give any spoilers.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're clear, because for a second there, I felt like, hey, it's okay.
Well, I will tell you, having met both Anson Mount and Ethan Peck, I think I love the characters that they have. I like the roles that they play. So I'm actually really big on both of them. So,
I'm going to predict Moose will like it and Game God won't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love that.
That's his take. Hot take.
But Game God doesn't like anything Star Trek until he does.
Yeah, until he finds out that what? The Star Trek and the Transformers coexisted in the same time frame. Yeah,
there you go. Sign me up.
Yeah,
sign me up.
Yeah, I see. One has their Star Trek T-shirt on. The other has their Transformer T-shirt.
That's right. Yeah. Ain't prepared
when worlds collide.
That's funny. In the chat room, there's JP there. JP has a lot of good comments based on from Kraven to Spider-Man. He knows those old things. He also knows Star Trek pretty well. And Star Wars.
I'm surprised he hasn't ruined it in the chat room.
No, he better not. No spoilers. Yeah.
I'm just curious if you've seen the first episode and if he likes it. That's all I want to know.
It exists, JP. Yes, you're exactly right. I still have that comic.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, let's move on to our main event. Our main event is The Flash. The Flash, the movie. Mm-hmm. If you've seen it, great. Stick around. If you didn't,
stick around. Stick around anyway.
This might give you some insight. This is probably a spoiler episode, even though the movie is brand new. This is probably a spoiler episode. So come back to us once you've seen it if you don't want to have any spoilers. But if you're trolling social media, you've probably seen spoilers already. If you're pulling up your internet web browser tab and it pulls up suggestions, you probably have seen spoilers anyway. And it's kind of frustrated me because I was trying to stay away from the spoilers, and everything that I turned to, there was more spoilers, and I hated that. So all right, who wants to take first stab at the Flash?
Let's get all the facts out the way. Let's get the numbers. Let's get all the facts out the way. Let's get the numbers.
Let's go with numbers. Okay, let's get that.
So opening weekend. And man, now holiday weekend. They consider it holiday weekend.
Weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
Holiday weekend. So go ahead, guys. Domestic. Give it to me. Give it to me straight.
All right. Here's my problem. Is that
you looked it up already?
No, I don't know any numbers. But to Moose's point, I was seeing things out there. I was like, oh, come on. And so my number is going to be probably lower than I would typically give, just because I saw somebody saying stuff about it. And I'm going to give it like 55, 60.
Okay. I was going to say I should go first. I'm going to say it was, wow. That's a hard one to be. You said 65, Magic Mike?
He said 55, 60.
I'll go with 60.
I'm going to go with 65 million.
Okay.
All right, so the winner of this event and winning both showcases, Magic Mike.
No.
What a surprise!
What a surprise.
Hey, so 4-day weekend, 64 million.
Wow.
So you were over by 1 million.
Oh, so Moose won.
No, he was
No,
over.
I'm
He
over.
loses.
No, but it's still, he's right there. He's the one
Yeah.
looking it up. I saw him reading.
Yeah,
And the reason
64.
why because all I saw was, the flash, the flop, or something like this. Like, come on, what?
Oh, wow.
I don't want to see that kind of stuff, and so that's why.
So to stay on the numbers piece there for a second, I want to compare it to a couple of DC movies really quick.
Yeah.
So that way you guys can get where this happened at. So Shazam launched in March, right?
Okay. It's the second installment of Shazam.
Yep, Shazam, second film of Shazam, launched at 30.5 million opening weekend.
That was a pretty terrible movie, though. I
Yes,
think.
it was.
Yep. Wait, 2 weeks it was on streaming.
You could get it streaming free with Amazon. Yeah.
That's right. Back in October, we had Black Adam, which launched to 67 million. So
Okay. Yeah.
Black Adam. Now, you look at that, most Marvel films when they opening weekend are in the 100 millions.
Yeah.
Right?
They have been.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, for most of the time. Now, I also want to put out there, just to put numbers, The Flash had a $200 million budget.
Uh-huh.
And with production costs on top of that, man, you're looking to have to make like 400 million to break even on this movie, right? Over the international numbers, it didn't do that much. It didn't do that. Yep, didn't do that much better. It only got 75 million out of 78 different markets.
Wow.
So not even a million per market, and gives the film for the whole global international take 135 million in its opening weekend.
It's all downhill from there, by the way.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah.
This is the best you've done.
Yeah, it's the best.
This is it. This is it. So
you are not the best around. I'm sorry.
It's not a good sign. And so now with that being said, Moose, you take it away with what your thoughts are.
All right, I'll start this journey. All right. So from the opening bits that when the movie came on, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to get. I wasn't quite sure which movie I was going to get, because the movie that I wanted was not the movie I got. By the way, that's to kind of sum it up. From all the previews that we saw, it's not the movie that I got. As a matter of fact, so from the like I said, just from the beginning, watching the opening credits, piece, I was excited to get where we were going, and it was a comedy. It was a comedy with a lot of CGI, from what I could tell, and which that's every movie nowadays. Moose, how can you complain about this? Marvel movies are all CGI, but this looks CGI. Maybe it was just me, but it just it looked CGI. Like, it didn't look authentic. It didn't look real.
Really?
I mean, that's my best terms to put it in the terms for you. But it just didn't look real. And you know what I mean by that. And it had some comedy in it that I thought was funny. I did think it was funny. Not all of it, but some of it I thought was pretty funny. It probably got me laughing out loud maybe 5 different times in the movie, which I thought is pretty good.
Yeah,
for a movie like that to get me laughing,
especially when you saw everything in the trailers. But go ahead.
Well, for the most part, except when he's when he is vibrating so fast, he goes through solid and he goes right through the floor. That's kind of funny. I mean, that was funny for a moment. Anyway,
it was funny. I like.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. But it was a lot of story. We talked about being dragging on. You mentioned earlier, Magic Mike, with some of like Star Trek: Strange Worlds. We mentioned just that tune. It seemed like it was dragging. Like, the most exciting part that they had to pull in they had to give a lot of nods, by the way, and I appreciate the nods they gave to Superman. I do appreciate that, but they had to pull in Batman, Michael Keaton. They had to pull in Ben Affleck. They had to pull in George Clooney. They had to pull in. By the way, spoiler alert. This is what they showed. They had to pull in all of this, and there really wasn't the action. The only action you got was really 2 scenes. saving Kara and trying to beat General Zod. That's really it. Which you go, did they beat him? I'm not sure. Did they beat him? Like there was no conclusion. So I was kind of let down.
I gotta tell you, Moose. I was right about what I thought I was going to see. Unfortunately, and what I mean by here's what I'm saying by that, because we all liked the trailer. However, if you remember, I said it feels jumbled a little bit. It feels like they're piecing things together. Yeah. And just so everybody's aware, there were 3 different groups. Let's just call them directors and producers at different times for the Flash movie.
Yeah,
they even have 3 different endings that we only saw the one we
by the way, they had. I'm sorry, Magic Mike. They shelved this movie a while back.
It was what 2013 or something like that. It's supposed to come out. Well, that's what was announced. I think
they did shelf it, and then it was like, okay, well, we'll take it off. We're gonna we continue to.
I think it was shelved for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was supposed to come out in 2016 after Justice League. Thank you. And then and here it is, 2023, and it kept getting new dates and new dates. That's because they've changed, producers, directors. They've changed the different people in this movie doing these different things. And then they've changed. They had Superman in, they pulled Superman out, and then they put him back, and so all these different things have been going on. And by the way, I do want to point out, one of the Supermans that were there, Nicolas Cage was there as Superman.
Of course.
But this is the only thing I can say. I can still smile when I say I saw the Flash because of all the cameos, and that's what made the movie enjoyable, just for that part of it.
I 100%. By the way, with another comedy piece that I like was Wonder Woman saved him off the bridge, and she and the way that Affleck was saying, I've got too much pride or whatever he said.
Yeah, exactly. To say thank you.
Right when he said that, I was like, what? And then I'm like, oh, he's got the lasso around him. I thought that was hilarious. I was laughing.
Yeah.
That piece.
But those are those good moments.
The cameos were way better than the storyline and the movie of The Flash.
So I love all the points you guys make, because that's everything I want to say plus a little bit more. First of all, how many times have we seen Flashpoint? I felt like we've seen it 50,000 times.
We've seen it so many times, but we know we've talked about this even from the show point, either from the TV show. Like, how many times, are you going to go back in time?
Yeah.
Correct. So
JP, sorry, and I don't mean to interrupt, but JP said in the chat room, Wonder Woman 2 was the in cameo. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know where that's from. You got a couple good comments in there. JP thought it did 70 mil. He did mention that there was other films that debuted this weekend too. Listen, if you're having trouble going against the Disney Pixar movie Elemental, which by the way was the second worst release in Pixar's history,
Really?
that's a problem, because Elemental only did 29 million opening weekend.
Ooh, that's
wow.
That's terrible.
The only thing that did worse than that was A Bug's Life, when that was his second film in Pixar's history, right? So listen, all right. So the trailer that we saw, where's that? movie?
He's saying and Wonder Woman 2. Sorry, JP, stay on target. Let's stay with the Flash.
Target. Stay on target.
Yeah, target.
So where's the movie that we saw the trailer for? Because that wasn't it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that was it. That really was it.
I get it. This is a classic take on a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Because they hit us with all the good stuff in the trailers.
Good.
And I remember before the movie came out, 1, 2, and 3 were all excited about this movie, saying, "Man, this trailer looked great. Man, hey, you want to go nuts? Let's get nuts."
Well, that's the thing, Game Guide. That line right there in the movie. First of all, when we found out that Michael Keaton, who's Batman, is in the movie, that's going to be so cool. Yeah. All right. Period. All right. Period. That's cool.
Little Joker laugh box. That was awesome.
Right. Now, when he delivers the line, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Like that was just a class. That was great. Right. And I'm going to soundbite that. I'm going to put it into my sound bites here.
And you knew it was coming, but you still was excited to hear it.
Yes.
It was exciting. So what does it say? First of all, that you gave away all the good stuff in your trailer.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say that you have to? The greatest part of the movie was a bunch of cameos. What does it say?
It says it's not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
The story wasn't written very well.
Right.
So-
Or is living with the old characters where we know what we got. We know what we're getting, and we like those characters. They're better than what we're getting now.
Well, and that's what I was going to get to. So the Flash, I'm beginning to think that the Flash is a one-hit pony because all they got is Flashpoint with him. We all went to that's correct, JP. We all went to see the Flash to see Michael Keaton. We all loved the Batcave scene, right? Where everything was dusty and you saw the Batwing coming.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that was so awesome. And even when they're fighting General Zod at the end, I was excited when they were showing the Batwing scenes, right? That to me was exciting, right? But it felt like everything that was done in there was done before. The multiple rewindings of going back and trying to fight it, and then not accepting the fact that that's a critical point that's going to always happen. But I'm going to fight through it. So predictable that I knew that the guy who pushed Barry or Flash out of the spear was him. I knew it. And it was that predictable.
Yeah.
I wanted to see a reverse Flash, right? I wanted to see. But at this point, this character just looks. He didn't even look good.
Okay,
it was just.
Oh, well, let's go back real fast because when they show the scene, his mom and him and that whole scene, you see the colors, and when they showed him get his powers and his color was white, kind of a bluish white, then I knew right away that that was them chasing each other in the sea. So you kind of get the idea that that was already that was them.
Yeah. So you get all these things. To Magic Mike's point, it was like Michael Keaton says, it was spaghetti. It's a mess. It was a mess, and that's exactly what this movie was. And then even to go even further than that, the CGI looked like a high school project.
It did.
Well,
it like you mentioned Nicolas Cage, man. Oh my goodness, he looked bad. It looked bad.
It didn't look like him. It looked like him. I have apps that make me look that way.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Hold on. The Christopher Reeve and Helen Slater.
Great. Come on, that was nice.
It was nice, but man, I felt like they could have gotten some real clips of him rather than CGI. Like I would have wanted to see that. You would have Christopher Reeve deserved that much.
Yeah.
Right? Not to be you're putting Christopher Reeve in CGI and then you put Nicolas Cage in CGI. They're not the same for me. Right?
No, you're right. Go ahead. I know you got a lot
just to kind of wrap it up, the ending with all the worlds colliding and stuff like that. Oh, come on, man. It was so overdone. I know you said you laughed about 5 times. I did too, but it wasn't like I wasn't like splitting my side laughing. I was like, that's kind of smart. Or kind of, that kind of laugh. Man, this movie was horrible. I can't say it any further. This is 10 million next weekend. That's what
you gotta stop talking. Listen, hey, see, this is what he does, Moose. He gets you in with some reasonable conversation, and he just goes overboard with. He doesn't.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Listen, this is not horrible.
It's horrible.
We've seen worse movies than this.
Not many.
This movie is actually okay. And I would actually, just so you know, my turn.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would actually watch this again. The CGI was bad, dude. Let me talk. The CGI was bad, but here's what I would say. This is Flashpoint. Did you expect them not to go back in time, not to try to redo things over and over again? Did you expect something different from Flashpoint? If you want to say, I didn't want to see the Flashpoint storyline, great. But this is Flashpoint. Flashpoint. That's the name of the game here. They're going to go back in time several times to try to rewrite history. However, they could have done it better. To all of our point, the CGI didn't need to be what it was because it was really bad CGI. And like I said before, when you talk about all these different endings, they had 3 different people taking control of a movie. That is not good. They should have shelved it either completely or redid the entire thing. That's what they should have done.
Moose, I want to tell you, the only thing that could have saved this movie from being the disaster that it was right now, right, was taking the cast from the TV version of The Flash and putting them into the movie. This is the only thing that could have saved this movie because I wanted to see Grant Gustin coming as the Flash. I would rather have when he went back in time to see his former self, or when he ran into that would have been Grant. Because to have two
would have been
just another cameo, though. You're just talking about another cameo, and that's kind of
no.
We enjoyed that. That's what made the movie so good was the cameo piece.
What I'm saying, you could have kept everything the same in this movie, but taken the character, the second Barry, and made him Grant Gustin, and this movie would have been a lot better. I'm telling you right now, it was too much of Miller or Ezra Miller. Ezra. It was too much of Ezra. He's a comedic person, quote unquote. And then his second character was even worse or more. So it was too much.
His character was too much, but he can act. The guy can act. I've seen him do other pieces in his work, in his body of work, and he can sell a role. The role that he was playing for that second one, it was interesting. I get it. I understand the principle, and although I might still agree with you that it probably would have been better if he went into a Grant. I think that would have made a better movie.
I agree,
but I'm on Magic Mike's side when I say that. Yeah, I thought the movie was okay. I don't think it was horrible.
Yeah,
I just think that it was kind of horrible because I expected more.
all right. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're gonna hear a hot take.
If Game God had producer credits in the movie, would he still hate it? The answer to that is no, he would not.
No, absolutely still.
He would not. He would not.
Listen, I would. 1 to 10, guys. Come on.
$1 million, you would still hate it?
Yes, I would. This is not. I would say I didn't produce this one. It's not mine.
Well, it says producer right there, Game God.
That's not me.
Yeah. No. Give us a check back.
That's the other guy.
Give us a check back.
I think what really hurt it, even with the storyline, the Game God hated about Flashpoint, even though it's Flashpoint.
That's a bad version of Flashpoint.
We understand you don't like Flashpoint.
It's a bad version of Flashpoint.
I think the CGI was probably what did the worst service to this movie.
I agree with that.
Really, you had better CGI in the CW one.
That's what I just said.
I also agree with you.
Yes, absolutely.
So both of you are right, and then both of you are one of you is really wrong. So listen, Magic Mike, I'm with you. I'd watch it again. I think it's okay. I wish it was better. I wish it were. I wish it had better CGI. I wish the storyline was a little different because there's no payoff at the end for me, and I guess that's okay. There is a touching moment though, Game God, and I want to know if you had even a touching moment when he went back and hugged his mom.
Nope.
No. You're crazy.
None whatsoever.
That was a little
none whatsoever. And let me tell you something. If I was watching, I'm flicking to the channel with my remote. Oh, look, the Flash is on. Let me see what else is on. I would have went right past it and kept going. And you know what? I would rather watch Black Panther 2 than watch the Flash. That's where I'm at with this.
All right.
So you give it a 7.5?
Oh, you want my score?
I'll give it a 7.5.
Hey, mark this episode. This is a hot take right here. I give Flash a 2. Right? No. I'll take that back. I give it a 2.5 because they mentioned Back to the Future in it.
Okay. All right.
2.5. Shake your hand.
And that was another cool piece. They're talking about now we're going in a different direction. You brought Back to the Future. They're talking about Stolt, who was the original, supposed to be the original actor for
Correct.
That's kind of funny. Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Best part of the movie.
Okay, so with that, again, God, I'm going to call a sidebar real fast here and say, with that, with the cameos that we saw, who do you think had the best cameo outside of Michael Keaton? Because Michael Keaton to me was the movie. So who do you think had the best cameo
outside of Michael Keaton? George Clooney.
You think that one was a good one?
Yeah.
I almost agree with you. And so, do you think that the scene with Wonder Woman and Batman on the bridge with Flash, you thought that was a good scene? Was it funny?
No.
You didn't think it was funny?
No.
Wow. What else?
Been there, done that. Seen that scene in Justice League.
Sure? Okay. Yeah. What about?
Matter of fact, I think that was a deleted scene from Justice League.
He's gonna start. He's gonna he sees where you're going. Most he's gonna start backtracking. Yep.
Yeah. Because I would counter and say that there's no way you give it a 2.5 and you like all these pieces because that equals more than a 2.5.
Yes.
Imagine, Mike, what's your score?
That's about 2.5.
No, oh my gosh. There's no talking to this guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Oh, of course you do.
Nice.
I mean, of course I
that's
do.
not a bad.
Because all the scenes that Moose mentioned, is that what you're talking about?
6.5.
Okay.
You look like a 6.5 guy.
I say I look at it as a like a I would give it a 6. I'd give it a 6. I mean, I think it's an okay movie, maybe 5.5, but I give it it's an okay movie. It's not a trailblazer of a movie. No. It's not one you're going to look at going, oh, I can't wait to watch that again. No, you might click it on again. Look, I saw Black Adam, and I've yet to put that back on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm just like I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's okay, But I had low expectations for Black Adam, and in Flash, I actually started off with low expectations, but when the trailers came out, they went to high.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, now I can really get something out of this with Michael Keaton reprising the role as Batman. And by the way, I think Michael Keaton solidifies himself as Batman, and one of the best Batman to don the suit.
Wow, like, you know what, Moose?
Always said.
I got to interrupt you. That is a great take, by the way, because I love that piece. And so now I was starting to question my 6.5. Now my 6.5 is solidified because Michael Keaton is solidified as Batman.
So what are you judging? The Flash or are you judging Batman?
What's that?
Are you judging Flash or Batman? What are we judging?
Was he in the Flash? Did you see him in the Flash?
Talking about the movie
Did you see Michael Keaton in the Flash?
We're talking about the
Did you see him in the Flash? I'm just curious.
Batman.
Was he in the Flash? Did you like that piece?
What I'm saying.
Did you enjoy that part? Did you like it when he was at his mansion? Okay, so therefore, with that being said, Moose, that's a great take. He does solidify himself as being the best Batman of all time.
It does.
So you like the mini Batman movie that was in the Flash? I got you.
Man, you can't swallow that pill, can you? Can't speak the truth. No. Moose is proven to you again there's no way you can be a 2.5 after scene after scene after scene. Okay, you still want to just hold to it.
Okay, Game God, last piece. You'll have the last word, with the exception of my last words. Is Michael Keaton the best Batman, hands down?
He is.
Okay. Well, then you got to give it.
That's why they got a 2.5.
Nope, you got to give it better than 2.5.
2.5.
All right. Any final words, Game God? This is. I know that you're dying to talk more. So now's your chance.
Hey, listen, guys. 2.5. That's what I'm gonna stay.
Chat room says Tim Burton picked Michael Keaton. Well, that was a good pick because I think that guy still looks great in a bat suit, and I take him over in Batman any day. Listen, thanks for joining us on this episode. 394, 395 is next week. Don't forget to join us. We're gonna be doing it again.
I was just leaving.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert.
You've been listening to Podcast for Sci-Fi with Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike. Nerds have more fun. If it's anything sci-fi, we're talking about it. We had fun, and we hope you did too. We have to split, but we'll be back soon. In the meantime, hit us up at podcast4sci-fi.com. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Come to life.